What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here alongside Josh Davis on a little special edition of our Wednesday Linc Live. It is Sunday, late afternoon, and we need to go ahead and get ready for our 32-team fantasy football draft. If you don't know what's going on, hang around and see how we both handle our 16-team fantasy football leagues that are basically joined, as the winners will play each other in the championship. And we're also going to talk about the Eagles roster moves, because the Eagles obviously have made a bunch of moves today, and they're probably going to be making some more moves tomorrow to get from 90 all the way down to 53. Josh, good evening. First off, where are you picking in your league here in about eight minutes?
What's up? Yeah, so I'm picking at number 5. So
Ooh, you're lucky.
I will
You're very
say
lucky.
some people, I love it. It's a great spot. Now, some people may have noticed, and I posted comments about this. So everybody that's in my draft, I made a mistake, and I just went ahead and scheduled the draft without checking the settings, and it's set to manual draft order. So I had to reset the draft. So if anybody actually got in like the first 5 minutes, and now they're like, "Wait, why is my draft order changed?" I had to go back in, reset it. Randomized order. So the randomized order now, yeah, I'm drafting 5, which I'm not too upset about, but I had number 1 previously. So, at least in all full transparency, but this is going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how the multitasking here works. Are you doing the draft and breaking down the Eagles roster? But what pick are you again?
I'm 15th. Yeah,
okay.
Both of us, like you just said, I randomized the order. Like someone just, in my chat, Alan just said 8th is the perfect pick. 8th in a 16-person league is perfect. I get 15 and 17, so I get the snake benefits. But then I don't go again until what, like 31, 32. And you know what's really interesting about this? I'm very curious. Everyone in our league, all 32 people, are fans of our channel. They watch our channel. That's how you found out about this. So you're Eagle fans. So where are the Eagle players going to go, right? Jalen Hurts is going to go in the first round, right? Someone's going to take Hurts and Smitty and Devontae Smith because they're all Eagle fans, and that's going to help them, or it's going to hurt them because they took players too early. I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating draft. Very interesting draft.
Yes, yep, you would think so. I'm curious to see if any Eagles players, for that matter, defense included, it goes anywhere like outside of the average draft position. I feel like it probably won't, but it'll be fun regardless. So I'm just curious to see. Quite frankly, I've only done one other time a 16-man league. It's been a long time, but it's only one other time that I did that, and this is going to be just kind of a relearning experience here, because I'm so used to like 10-person or 12-person. And I feel like, we're going to get to like round 6 or 7 and then be like, all right, well, let's see who in the world is even going to be playing or even to be able to contribute to this roster. Right. So
hopefully people are not going to be set to auto draft. We told everybody that this was the time when they signed up. 30 seconds for each draft pick. It's to be very quick because we don't want to sit here forever. I have my normal 12-person fantasy football league tonight, later on. So I'm going to go from 16 down to 12 and going back and forth. So it's going to be a bunch of fun.
Busy day.
Quickly, we got about 5 minutes here. Eagles roster moves. They made about 20 cuts today. I did a show on it. You did one yesterday. A lot of the players who are on the true bubble have not been released yet. To me, the only shock of the entire list was Tyree Jackson. I mean, I thought Dak Jackson would be a little bit harder of a cut, despite the fact we both thought he would be cut. The rest of the list is guys that were not going to make the roster. Jaden Hasselwood, Ian Book, Kennedy Brooks. I mean, it was basically what you expected. They trimmed the fat from 90 to about 70, and now they'll do another 15 to 16 cuts tomorrow, seemingly, or at least on Tuesday, which is where things get really crazy.
I agree. Yeah, there were not too many, I don't know, surprises or just interesting elements to it. I mean, I guess of the only other one, and you already mentioned the one with Tyree Jackson. I agree with that, and we had talked about it previously of like, hey, we hadn't heard a whole lot from Grant Calcaterra, but he seemed to have a much stronger second half of camp, and even the preseason game get a little bit of action there. So not a huge concern. He makes it.
Right.
But yeah, you've got a guy like a Tyree Jackson who I think everyone sees the potential, and we're wondering like, okay, would he ever live up to something like that? But for him to be cut, it's like, I don't know. I mean, and you also question too, like the timing, right? Like a lot of times it's the optics of, okay, the guys that are very easy cuts get cut very quickly. And then, okay, do they even have a chance to make the practice squad? So you don't know, like if they clear through waivers, maybe they have a chance to be able to come back and be on the practice squad. But I mean, kudos to Nick Sirianni, because he's mentioned it a couple times. Like he definitely wants to have the sit down personal interaction with them, not just hey, by the way, you're cut. So it's probably taken a lot longer. So maybe that's why they're getting these out a lot earlier than maybe some would have expected. But I agree with you. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of other question marks or concerns there. I mean, maybe you could say a Dennis Kelly, just because he was brought in and thought of, well, there's a veteran presence and something on that side. But after it was Fred Jackson that they had signed they released and then do the 2-year contract, right? And so once that happened, I think that the writing was on the wall too, to say, well, he's not going to be be kept at that point. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they cut with the remaining days. They have the practice today,
Right.
tomorrow, and then the cut has to be done by 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Tuesday. So, couple last couple practices for guys to make an impression, I guess. I would think that Sirianni and the staff has a pretty good idea, but it'd be interesting to see, because I think the next few names we'll see will be more surprising than what we've seen so far.
Give me your quick take here, as we're about 3 minutes away from both of our drafts starting. Eli Ricks, he seems to be the hot name right now that everyone wants to make the roster, but is very much on the bubble with just based on the fact that the depth chart is absolutely stacked at cornerback. Does he make the actual 53-man roster, yes or no?
Yes, I would say, yeah, absolutely he does, which like 2 weeks ago, I would have said no, because,
Right.
All the reports that we got were he's not really playing great in practice. He's not really showing a whole lot of signs. But I'm sorry, like whenever, and you can go look at tons of different metrics on this, but basically he's been one of the best, if not the best corners in the preseason so far that have gotten like legit snaps. You could say,
Right.
there's better cornerbacks, but still out of the ones that have played a lot, he's ranked as one of the best, if not the best, in terms of Pro Football Focus and other metrics as well. So, I mean, you might could have said previously he possibly could have snuck onto the practice squad, like the Birds could hide him there. There's no way at this point. Like there's way too much game film out there, game tape, to say this dude's a gamer. And it's not a huge surprise, but I think when you have those games that he has in the preseason, you can go, you know what? Yeah, maybe he was great in practice, maybe not. We've seen cases and instances of guys playing well in practice and being terrible in games. So I think he's a for sure lock to make it. And then question is, okay, who do you have to let go, or who does not make that? How many corners do they keep?
Yeah.
But I think even if it's 6, I really think that they got to try to figure out a way to keep him. So it'll be interesting to see. What about you though?
Besides Ricks, and I do think he makes the roster, the Zach McPherson injury is obviously kind of a big boost for his chances, because McPherson was 100% going to go ahead and make this roster. I'm wondering more about Trey Sermon, right? Is Trey Sermon going to make this roster or not? It feels like he is. Now, he's a little bit banged up today. I'm not sure the extent of his injury, but it feels like Sermon will make this roster. But that means 5 running backs would end up making the roster, which seems really, really strong. So, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that happens. Quickly, as we mentioned, the main point of doing this live is talk about the Eagle cuts, but also, as you see on your screen right now, my draft board. Now, if you're just joining us, this was done by Venmo. People went ahead and signed up. 30 other people besides myself and Josh. I have a league where I'm the league manager, 16 teams, PPR. Josh is the same way. $100 buy-in, $105 buy-in. I mean, literally, and 95% goes to first place, 90% goes to first place. We're talking like over $2,500 to the winner of the entire league, with the second place getting some money as well. So if you had the first pick, as we're 15 seconds away, who would you take? Because you and I, you're 5th, I'm 16th in my league. Who would you take with number 1 if you could?
Justin Jefferson for me. I think it's easy. I don't know. You could make a case for others, but Justin Jefferson for me.
Okay.
You agree or disagree?
Yeah, it would probably be, honestly. It'd be very hard not to. All right. Looks like it's starting. I hope they can't hear that in the background right now, but I'm bleeding green. Somebody's on the clock in my league. Let's see where he goes.
All right, we got Justin Jefferson in mine.
Okay, Jefferson is officially gone. We'll swap back and forth between yours and mine here as we go, as we're waiting to see. Boy, if you had the first pick and you wait forever, oh my goodness, it wasn't Justin Jefferson. Who was it? Christian McCaffrey, the first draft pick in ours, followed by a very quick Justin Jefferson. Not a surprise there. So
hey, Jalen Hurts at number 3.
Was
mine.
he?
3 overall. There you go.
Okay.
It wasn't gonna take long. I mean, come on, we knew this.
Yeah. I have not had an Eagle go in mine yet, but you do wonder when an Eagle is going to go in the draft. Would you take any Eagle in the first round? I mean, of like a non-Eagles in your main fantasy league, would you consider one?
I'm trying to think. I mean, yes, in a 16-team league, yes, but it'd probably be either AJ or Devontae. I think if I'm going to take Eagles in the first round. Now, granted, I can't knock the Hurts, especially in a 16-team league, because it's going to be slim pickings in some positions. So if you get a quarterback early versus someone who's late, it's going to be a big discrepancy there. But yeah, I mean, I think the first for me would be one of the receivers, and we've talked about it a lot. Like you could go either one, AJ, Devontae. I think they're going to have a great season, but it wouldn't surprise me if Devontae has a better season than AJ this year. I mean, the sky is the limit for the dude that eats McDonald's and gets 4 hours of sleep. But if you could do that, he's insane. He's incredible.
All right, give me a couple of your most recent picks. I had Jamar Chase, Kelsey, Kupp, Bijan Robinson at 7, Tyreek Hill at 8 off the board right now. Give me some of yours.
All right. Yep. I got Tyreek Hill at 4. I took Travis Kelce at 5, actually. So I'm
Okay,
not.
you did. Okay.
I had to go tight end, but then Eckler, McCaffrey, Cup, Bijan, and then Patrick Mahomes at 10.
Wow. There's
2
Jalen Hurts off the
QBs
board for
already off
me
the
at
board.
9. I'm the 15th pick. See, the problem I have is that I'm looking at some of these names. Who's going to be there at 15? It's probably going to be someone like an A.J. Brown.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
most likely, yeah. If you're looking
We'll
at that
see.
spot.
See, I also can't give it away because I know most people in the league are watching the show right now. I can't tell you who I'm going to hopefully take with my second pick there. I got to keep it a secret, so we'll see. There goes Devontae Adams and Saquon Barkley in my league.
I don't know, got to temper the analysis. Like as it gets to the pick, we
Right.
can start to share some of those. But yeah, A.J. Brown off the board at 11, then Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley at 13.
Travis Kelce at 5 for you. Give me your Kelce at 5 is a little high, is he not?
I mean, he's the best tight end. Who's Mahomes going to throw to? As long as he's healthy, I mean, he's a solid, 20, 25 points per game, especially in a PPR. My thought really is like, again, it's such a, like, I don't know, there's 16 teams. You get a stud tight end and don't have to worry about it too much. But I mean, yeah, there's some other names out there for sure that I was thinking about, but I don't know. I got to go.
I just took A.J.
Kelce.
Brown at 15, and I don't know how I feel about it. But I pick 18th again, so I'm kind of hoping.
Let's go.
There's not a lot of running backs left. Jeez, I gotta make sure I get one of these running
They're
backs.
going quick. It's crazy.
I'm back on. Okay. Jonathan Taylor is on the board, but is he gonna be? I mean, I guess he'll play. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be difficult here. I feel like I have to go running back. There's also, I mean, Garrett Wilson's also available. Do I risk it and take Garrett Wilson and not go and have two receivers?
Man, that's tough.
I took Garrett Wilson. That's probably gonna. I have no running back. All right, what pick are you on?
We are on number 20.
Okay, yeah, we're on 19 right now.
Moving pretty good though. I mean, 30 seconds per pick. Obviously, you got to be ready once it gets to you. Probably before that, honestly, but at least this isn't going to drag on to crazy length here. Because I've had other drafts. It's like, man, you're sitting there and 3 or 4 hours later, you're like, are you kidding me?
Right. No, hopefully it's going to be pretty quick here. Yeah, I'm on the clock in 27 picks, so it's the joy of the snake draft
Sit back
picking
and relax.
Absolute last. Wow, this is going to be tough. Holy cow!
Oh my!
How long until you pick?
Here, I'll share the screen if you want to come over to mine.
Yep. Yep. Let's see yours.
Okay, can you see that?
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Oop.
Yeah, so we're at 23 right now.
It has you on there. Let's see if I can get me on there. I can't get me on there, but you're at 20. Okay, I'm watching you now. All right. Stephon Diggs, Pollard. Pollard was available for me. I couldn't draft Tony Pollard. Are you kidding me? Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels wrong to do that, right? I mean, you just
right. Okay, so
it's probably a good pick fantasy wise.
You are 2 away right now. So let's have a look at your board. You're 2 away. John, is Taylor not a bad pick right now? Because he's going to play for somebody, right? Unless he sits out the entire year, which would be ridiculous.
That's true. Yeah. I can't really say anything yet because I'm not on the clock, but
he's still there. CeeDee Lamb just went.
CeeDee
I bet
Lamb.
that made
That's
an Eagle fan
pick,
cringe.
All
right, Josh is on the clock now.
There we go.
Josh
on the clock. We've already got a tight end.
And did Jonathan Taylor just go? I guess he did. I don't see him.
Yeah, he's sorry. It's
not
at
the bottom.
On side. Yeah.
Someone just said why 2 wide receivers? Because I got good ones. I guess you got to pick quick.
Yeah, I got to go Mixon. I got to do it.
That's a pretty good pick, actually. That's a pretty.
I was thinking going with another pass catcher. I already got a tight end, but yeah, I feel like you can't really wait too long,
Yeah. Yep. I feel that. Let me add this back here so we can see each other. All right. So I'm picking in 17 picks, and right now it is getting pretty beat here in terms of people that are available. We'll see whenever it comes back around. Obviously, talking about Eagles cuts as well for people who are joining us here. It's there really won't be a surprise. I think the biggest surprise would be like a Derek Barnett if they were to actually do that, which they won't, right? They're not going to actually cut Derek Barnett. Ricks would be a shock, but they would just turn right back around and sign him to the practice squad. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal because he'd still be one of the protected players every single week on the practice squad. There is another name, right? All talk of maybe Quez this year or who was the other big name? I mean, Barnett was another one. They're obviously making the roster. Quez has been fantastic, been the 3rd best receiver on this entire training camp period. So I don't see any sort of surprises there unless you do.
Not really, no. And I gotta pause for a second because I'm about to be back up, but I will come to you in a second.
All right. We're back here watching Josh's. So Josh is sitting on Joe Mixon and Travis Kelce. Remember, 16-player leagues. This is very, very tough to go ahead and find people. I mean, come on. So he's looking at T. Higgins, Ramondre Stevenson, Deebo Samuel. He's waiting pretty. Calvin Ridley. I guess you need a wide receiver, but I'm not gonna. Let's see who went last. James Conner, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones. Okay. So who took the Steelers defense that early? My goodness.
Wow. You know what? I wasn't even noticing that, but that
All right, there goes Kamara. Josh is
seems
on
a
the
little
clock.
quick.
Who's he gonna take?
Oh man, this is gonna be tough here. I think I need a receiver.
Deebo, the Eagle hater. Does he go there?
This is gonna be. I'm gonna do this out of. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Oh my gosh. All right, I went Calvin Ridley.
I would have done Ridley there. I would have done Ridley for sure.
Yeah,
I
think he will. But there's just the concern, obviously, right? Like you don't know. Like you don't know what he's gonna come back and be. I think he's gonna be good. But thank you, Andrew. Heard. I know you said go Ridley. Yes, I went there. I was, it's just the I don't know. It's just the unknown, I guess. But
right. Let me make sure I get you back on my screen. There we go. Let's go ahead and share mine. So I'm up in a couple of picks here. You see it up on your screen. Looking at running backs, although there aren't a lot left. Your best player available was also Deebo. We're following a pretty similar, I'd say, draft board here. You saw the last couple picks were Burrow, Jackson, Andrews, Kenneth Walker went pretty early. There goes Pacheco, too. Very interesting here. I'm going to have back-to-back picks as well. You think Breece Hall is going to be playing a lot this year in the Rodgers offense? That's tough to think about.
Yeah, good question on, I guess, how early he comes back, right? Like, if I feel like Dalvin could be the – you never know, but I feel like Dalvin could be the guy for a little bit, and then Hall gets some action. Because when did he injure? What was it, fifth week last season? Or
it was pretty early.
Like that. Yeah.
And I think he played a little bit, didn't he, in the preseason game yesterday?
I actually don't know.
All right, I got to think about this right now. I'm going to need up in 3 picks. I really don't need a receiver. I really need a running back. And I have basically 2 picks in 4. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Ooh, I might have an idea. Oh, man.
Would you like to talk it through, or you want to wait until you...
No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I go. I'm not talking it through yet. I'll talk it through with you once the Pappy Island and talking about go, because I don't want to give this... But TJ Hawkinson already gone. Jeez.
He could be good.
Justin Fields? Ahead of a lot of other quarterbacks? Oh, I'm up. Okay. So, geez. Do you take Miles Sanders here? I know he's questionable. What about Javonte Williams? He's coming back from that injury, and he's supposed to be cleared and good to go, right?
I think so.
Oh, man, that's so risky. I'm going to do it. Why not? We're going to go a little boom bust here. And then I'll tell you what I'm thinking of with my other pick, which is another risky one. Let's see where it ends up. I'm on the clock in 2. Oh, boy. All right, give me... I have Javonte Williams, A.J. Brown, and Garrett Wilson. Give me yours on your league.
I have Joe Mixon, Calvin Ridley, and Travis Kelce.
Okay. All right. That's a pretty good mixture, actually. All right, I'm back. All right, what about Swift here for me? What about going DeAndre Swift here?
Could be. Hey. Unless War Pigs grabs him, but...
No. It's me. I'm up now.
Oh, it is? Okay, I'm delayed. I'm watching
Breece Hall?
Other one.
Oh, what do you do about Breece Hall? I don't know.
He was a stud before he got injured. He was like... he was surprisingly one of the top...
I'm going Swift. I'm going
5
Swift.
backs, but I can't blame you. Agent Zero, he's a weapon.
The problem is I might have too many Eagles there. Now I have 2. Yeah, Andrew Kent says Swift is too early. It might have been too early. But I needed... Who else are you going to take on a board? Miles Sanders, I guess, might have been a good idea.
Rashad White could be good. He's really good, especially PPR.
Oh, man. Yeah, but Swift could be really good PPR, too. This is tough. This is not easy.
I know. We're still early rounds.
I know. We're like three picks in here.
Just wait till like round 8.
Yeah, you'll be taking like a bunch of nobodies. All right. Quarterback is going to be interesting in both of these leagues. I'm curious how many quarterbacks have got the board for you. It's not a ton. I still have a decent amount that are still left over, but it almost feels like you're going to be having some average quarterbacks on your roster, as you go through this. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. Charger says hello from Canada. Charger, what's up? Cheesesteak said too early to get Brees Hall. That's why I didn't go there. Andrew Kant said Swift was too early. Yeah, it might have been. It might have been. Shout out to Robert Alessandrini. Cheesesteak in there breaking. Let's see. A bunch of other people joining us for this. Am I picking again, or is that you?
That is me. Did you?
Okay.
I guess you can hear
I heard
that. Okay.
Yep. I'm pulling you up here. Let's see.
This is me. Oh boy, these are just tough. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, these are hard to say where to go.
All right, Josh is running out of time here. Oh man. Oh, I like that pick. That's a good pick.
I was still back and forth.
You almost went
so what I was thinking for was, do I go Mike Evans? And I don't know. He's got Baker thrown to him, although Baker's been like the best quarterback in all of preseason.
It's very true. It's very true.
I don't know. The fact that the running backs everybody's made a run on running back. Like there's not a whole lot left already. So I just felt like I got to get that second running back.
All right, you're back up in 8 picks. We'll make sure to get you on the board as soon as we get those 8 picks. Oh, I can kind of move your screen over on the side, although it doesn't really showcase where I want it to be. There we go. I can do this. So you're back in 8 picks. All right, we will come back to you when we get back to in 8 picks here in just a second. Boy, you start to think about quarterback. I'm back up in 21 picks. This is crazy. I can't even imagine. Man. I got to look at some of the other teams here. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Deontay Johnson. It feels like it's inevitable that you will be strong in one in either running back and then very weak in wide receiver, or you'll be very strong at receiver and weak at running back. It feels like there will be no in between.
Yeah. Especially with this many teams, it's virtually impossible.
All right, you're back up here. How soon are you? You're looking like you're ready to go in about
3 more picks.
Okay, let's make sure I get this on the screen.
Kirk Cousins off the board.
Were you thinking about going
quarterbacks are going?
Boy, Javonte went way later in your league.
Quarterbacks. Yeah, I know. It's crazy the different positions of what. But man, quarterbacks are.
Show me the quarterbacks available for you right now. Let's see.
All right, let's see. Got Deshaun, Dak, and Jones. All right, let's see. Jerry Jeudy was just taking. I'm thinking receiver. I'm thinking. Okay. Do I go Godwin?
Mike Evans is still there.
Or Evans. 202, 205. Or Scary Terry, but he's toe. I think I gotta go Mike Evans.
I like that pick.
I gotta go Mike Evans. I was gonna go with him earlier. He's still on the board.
Okay.
I think I gotta do that.
Mike Evans. That's a good one. All right. I am still waiting. I'm how many picks away? 14 picks away. Being at the back is not fun. Eventually. It's not fun. Oh my goodness.
It's great when you have the back-to-back picks, but then it's just sit there and wait for forever.
How many other fantasy leagues are you in this year?
I am in 5, I believe.
Jeez.
I think we were texted earlier, so I try not to, but.
And they're all paid for? Are you entering into all of them? What's your total revenue if you were to win all 5? How much could you make?
Man. That's a good question. It would be.
Including ours, which is like $3,200. Yeah,
including ours is a lot. I guess it'd probably be around 4,000 ish, 4,500 maybe.
Hey.
So
it's not bad.
The likelihood of that it would be
true.
The fact that you're drafting tons of different guys and tons of that's the only thing that I hate is like whenever you have so many leagues, and I try never to do it. I'm sure everybody else has experienced this as well, but it's like I'm like, all right, this is going to be the year. I'm just going to do like one league, maybe 2, because then I can just track everybody. And sure as the world, like once it gets to this point, I'm like sign up for 5 or 6 leagues because people ask or there's openings or they're like, oh, let's do another draft. That was fun. And then, you're sitting there on a Monday night, you got the last game of the week and you need 3 guys to do something, but the same 3 guys to not do just as much when you're playing.
That's the brutal part.
You're just rooting against it, but it's still fun.
Man, I'm thinking So I'm back up. Let's share my screen. I'm back up in 7 picks. And my team is up there on the left hand of the screen. You see Javonte Williams and DeAndre Swift, AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson. I love the receivers. Running backs are pretty beat right now. Where do we find the diamond in the rough here at the running back spot? That's going to be interesting because it's not exactly household names here. And I can't take another Eagle, right? That's the problem. You can't just go out and grab another Eagle player because you already have 2 of them, and you can't be Eagle heavy. So,
True. Not too many.
All right, let's wait around here for a second and see what people are going to do as we're a couple picks away. A.J. Dillon only had 1 touchdown last year. Really? That's pretty bad. And Brian Robinson only had 1, and Antonio Gibson had 2. Interesting. That's not very good. Jamal Williams is up there as well. There goes Deshaun Watson and Christian Kirk. This is interesting. Where do we go?
It's so funny watching like your draft and seeing some of the names that were like either taken way before or like way after the differences. Like most of them are the same. Like Deshaun Watson, like I think literally got picked very, very similar timing. But there's others that it's like, wait, what? That person's still available or that one's not.
What do you think of Zeke Elliott? Where are you at on Zeke Elliott? Are you like Zeke's a short yardage machine and gonna get a bunch of touchdowns, or are you a little out on Zeke?
I don't just love it, but I haven't really liked him for a while, and there's probably some bias to it. But I feel like if he's gonna have a decent season, or I feel like he could in terms of like the early first 3, 4, 5 weeks. But then beyond that, it's just question like health-wise, can he go through a full season? But at the same time, too, I mean, I feel like it's always the argument with like a Belichick running back. You just never know what you're going to get. Like 1 week, they could be 25 points. And the next week, they don't even get a carry. And you're like, wait, what? He's healthy? He just didn't touch the ball? And so I don't know. It's like coaching schemes and everything else that kind of steers clear of most of the time with the Patriots running backs. Although Stevenson was great last year. So, that's the other, I guess, argument to not Zeke if Stevenson keeps getting those carries and touches. But, I could also see Belichick being like, nah, let's use Zeke a little bit more. So,
all right, I'm up here. Which quarterback would you take out of this list? This is tough.
Oh man,
Derek Carr maybe.
Yeah,
Kirk or Derek Carr is kind of where I'm sitting here, or Jared Goff. I'll go Kirk.
That's tough.
I'm gonna go Kirk.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say I'd probably between Carr or Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk is proven. Like he's Mr. Consistent. He's gonna get you the 17 points a week, and then maybe get you kind of a blow up game there. But I think Carr will be pretty good. It's just it's hard to know whenever they go to a new offense and learning a system there. But
how long until you draft again? I'm up in 2 more picks. I'm gonna take mine I'm back on.
Three picks here.
See, I would love one of these receivers. There's a lot of good receivers left on the board right now. But do I take George Pickens and have 3 good receivers, or do I go for a running back and take Dalvin? That's the question right now.
Man, I would say positional value. If you can have, if you have a flex, you might as well. You might as well just go whoever you think's better. Don't worry about position.
I'll take Dalvin. Ugh, goodness gracious. Back up in 28 picks. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is tough.
Man.
This is really
tough. Getting very tough. Yeah, I'm up in 2 picks now.
Okay, I'll get your screen back on here. Right. There's you and there's me. Oh, look, we can have both of us on here. All right, so your team is Mixon, Madison, Ridley, Evans, and Kelsey. You need a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers he's right there, right?
He is.
It had to be Aaron Rodgers. That's who I was going to take. And he was gone.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be good.
Surely.
Right?
Surely.
Or I could take another for like a flex and then take one. Oh man, I'm considering. I would hate to do it because it's a Cowboy here, but I'm thinking I might need to.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna do it because I just to play the flex and then.
What's funny here is that no one has touched Dak Prescott in either of the leagues. Although no, Prescott was taken in my league just a couple minutes ago.
Okay, was he? Yeah.
Pigs. Yeah. But Prescott he's
Trey
taken
Lance
a while.
Is the guy to go with, right? Like.
How wild is that Trey Lance signing it's nuts, right? It makes it makes some sense, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. And it basically tells you that They don't believe in Dak Prescott. It's the exact same feeling that we all had when the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts when they had just given Carson Wentz a huge contract. We all felt that it was a terrible move. Now, it might come back to be really, really good, but remember, that move ruined Carson Wentz. I mean, genuinely, it really did. So is this move going to ruin Dak Prescott? Well, if it does, you got to hope that Trey Lance is the next Jalen Hurts. That's the gamble, you know? That's the scary part.
Which is what Jerry Jones wants, obviously, because you talked about it today, and it's kind of all over social media. But Jerry Jones saying like we would have taken Jalen Hurts if he had fallen to us. The difficult part is he did did fall to you. You didn't take him. So I don't know. I mean I feel like it's signifying, obviously, to your point, like, that they don't trust him too much, or not enough to say, well, let's not make a trade. But if they felt like there's a potential for Trey Lance, and with the possibility of a contract negotiation or extension in play, put a little pressure on him to say, all right, you need to actually show us something this year, or there's a possibility we've got someone for the future. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. And also the fact that like Dak did never get the call. I mean, I know you're doing the best for your team apparently. And Jerry Jones is like, no, I didn't think about it. But I don't know, the optics of that are like, hey, he's your franchise guy as of right now, and you're not going to give him a call. So I don't know, just a little bit crazy to see that or hear that, but we'll see. All right. I'm on the clock now.
You've had your quarterback. No, you've not had your quarterback yet. Rodgers is right there.
I feel like I have to, right? I mean, I got to go Rodgers, right?
Yeah. I would.
There's
be
nobody.
smashing,
I mean, I'm thinking about like
smashing the Rodgers button. Gotta be.
Okay, we're gonna do it.
You have to.
We're gonna do it.
There's no way that he doesn't have some sort of mega season this year with the Jets. They're just too talented. That's why I got Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson is gonna be, just explode this season and just go absolutely nuts. And so I was very in on that. The crazy part right now is as soon as you finish drafting, at least in my case, I'm 28 picks away. Now I'm 13 picks away. I'm looking at all these players, best available. I'm not going to get to touch any of them because there's 14 picks still left. I can't even preview who I'm going to go with. So
you have to just scroll down like a full page and then be like, okay, maybe these guys.
Another interesting point. There's a reason why we made the fantasy buy-in $105 because we wanted to make sure people were going to be at the draft. We wanted to get it high enough to where only people who were serious about fantasy football and were serious about actually playing each week were going to be in here. Or else you're going to waste $100, right? You auto draft, you're going to waste $100, and in a 16-player league, it's not going to be very good. So everybody is drafting on my league. I believe everyone's drafting on your league as well. And for those wondering, it's two 16-team leagues, but they end week 16. 14 playoffs on each side. Week 17 will then take the total number of points from the winner of my league, total number of points the winner from Jake's league, and they will go head-to-head, and then we'll choose the winner, and then obviously the winner will be chosen that way. So for those wondering how this is going to go, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's our first dry run, too. We might be able to do a 48-team league next year, get it a little bit higher, but this is our first dry run, and so far it's been pretty pain-free. I'm not going to lie, pretty pain-free.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. We're definitely getting to slim pickings here, and
it's getting really
not
slim.
even to round 8. So there's still some talent out there. Not to say there's not, but it's like the feeling here is what a normal draft or most of my other drafts have been like round 12, probably 11, 12. So it's going to get difficult. Eagles defense off the board, round 7.
Oh, we have not 12. Had defense go yet in mine.
We did have a couple others as well. I had the 49ers. The Steelers were much earlier.
Okay. Let me see. I want to look at some of these other teams on my McCaffrey, Sanders, Ridley, Higgins, Kittle, Addison, Eagles defense. That's not bad. Rodgers, Etienne, Harris. It's kind of rough running backs. Jefferson, Mike Williams, Kmet, and Smith-Schuster. Not bad. Geno, Eckler, Gibbs, Metcalf, Evans. That's a pretty good team right there. I like that one a lot. Herbert, Kenneth Walker, J.K. Dobbins, rough running backs. Olave and Beckham. Ooh, that's a Kelsey team. Took Kelsey early. Stevenson, Madison, Kupp, Godwin, Andrews, Judy, and Gainwell. No quarterback from Clear Lane. Interesting. Dallas sucks. Jackson, Bijan, Sherrod White, Waddle, Pittman, Waller. Interesting. Okay. You can still hear me, right?
Yes. Yep,
okay,
we can.
Good. I want to make sure I didn't lose my my AirPod there. What's up, Joseph Thies? What's up, Slashing Santas? We're doing our fantasy drafts. People want to see what's going on here. I'm up in a couple of picks. Josh, how many more picks until you're up on your side? You probably got a little bit.
10-ish, something like that.
Okay. I'm looking at best available. JSN, Sky Moore, Antonio Gibson, Treylon Burks, Jacoby Myers, Zay Flowers. How long? No, that's not the right question. Goodness, this is beat. Best tight end is Zach Ertz. Okay, all right. It's a little rough.
Oh, it's like once the position groups there's a run for it, then they all start getting picked up.
They really do. It's gonna take taking some like third string running back and guessing which week he's gonna actually play well. I'm looking at like Jalen Warren here, right? He's obviously behind Najee, but he's obviously gonna have a couple of games where he gets a touchdown or two. How do you know which game that is? That's gonna be the fascinating one for me. Is which? How do you know? All right.
Yeah.
I was hiding this. No one took Dalton Kincaid, and he's gonna have a monster year with the Buffalo Bills. So I quickly grabbed Dalton Kincaid. Thank goodness.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. All right. If I can get one more good player here. How long is JSN out for? Is he out for a while? He had the hand surgery.
Yeah. How long is that actually? Is it?
He's still available. Ooh. Best running back is Antonio Gibson, Samaje P. Jeez, this is so beat. Gus Edwards. Tank Bigsby. What is Tank Bigsby? He plays for Jacksonville. What if Tank Bigsby's really good this year? I'm gonna go JSN. I'm gonna stash him. I'll let him ride for a little bit here. Okay, I like that. I like those picks.
Yeah.
Those felt pretty good. All right, how much longer until you're up? You're up really soon. Let me get you on the board.
Yep. Got a couple picks here.
Okay, it did not do what I wanted it to do. I looked at Jeff Wilson Jr. too. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, Zay Flowers. Joseph Theis just said I would have liked Flowers, but I think he was already off the board.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's getting very difficult here. Charbonnet off the board. He could be good with Kenneth Walker.
How many touchdowns did Zach Ertz have last year? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
He had 4. Okay, interesting. But he was also a little banged up. All right, you're up next. You're looking at Rodgers, Mixon, Madison, Ridley, Evans, Kelsey, and Cooks. That's pretty good. Thinking running back.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I need to. I mean,
he's predicted 6 rushing touchdowns projected. Wow.
I don't think I could do him. I do Jeff Wilson.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if I'd take Rashad.
If it's a non PPR, I feel like that'd be a little better value there. But the fact that it's a PPR, I mean, as much as I hope I'm wrong, I hope for the Eagles' perspective that I'm wrong, and he's just incredible. The whole committee's great.
All right, we're up. You're back up in just a couple of minutes, so we're gonna stay on yours as we sit about what halfway done. That's not bad. Someone just took Penny. Yep, there you go.
Yep, he could be good. I mean, the question is like how much they use him, which I think I could be wrong. I think Gainwell is listed, and again, this is just fantasy projection, but I think Gainwell's listed as the lowest on fantasy projections out of all the Eagles running backs. I think so.
Like it'd be a steal there.
Yeah, I feel like that's wrong. I feel like he's for some reason getting overlooked there, but maybe I'm off. I could have seen that wrong. But Swift was definitely the top, but then I think that Rashad might have been above Gainwell, which is crazy.
How long do you wait for a defense? I'm very curious. Defense is always tough for me. I normally I always take the Eagles defense. I have the past couple of years, so I love them. But everyone, both our leagues, the Eagles defense is gone.
Yeah.
It feels a little early, but is it too early? I don't know.
I don't know. That is a very tough question.
And what do you do about a backup quarterback?
Yeah, they're gonna go quickly as well. I think you just pick your poison. Like there's no perfect scenario in a league like this. There's just so many.
Kenny Walker. Kenny Walker's gone, right? Are we looking at? I believe.
He's surely he is
off both of our boards. Yeah, he's no longer on my board. Who else could you take? How many touchdowns did he have? Not that many.
All right, I'm back up. What I do here? What do I do here? I think I got to go backup quarterback.
Are you going to go backup quarterback?
Yeah, I think so.
Who? Gino?
I'm gonna get Gino. Yeah,
Okay. I like that.
I
I like
I
that.
think with the weapons that he has, just plus the bye week works out. I got to figure out something there because I've got a lot on week 7, so
Mm.
that's not going to be great.
Yeah, I have a lot of week 9s. I just looked at that. Oh, wait, no, this is not my team. I look at my team right here. I have 2 10s, 2 13s, 2 7s. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. Boy, it is beat right now. Holy cow. What's the projection for... Who were the highest rated defenses? I don't even know how many have gone.
I think you're saying in terms of like the fantasy projections.
Yeah, let me see.
I think the Niners were 1 and the Steelers were 2, but then I don't know about the others.
Let
The
me
Eagles
see.
were surprisingly like pretty far down in terms of the ESPN rankings here.
All right, let me see. Oh, I can't find defense. What's the defense? Defense, special teams. Oh, here. Defense: Niners, Bills, Cowboys, Steelers, Saints, Dolphins. Eagles are 9th. Interesting. Very interesting. There goes Jeff Wilson Jr. in my league. 9 of 16 here. Also, by the way, congrats on 15,000 subs. You hit that really quick. You hit 14 and 15 was right behind it, huh?
Thank you. Yeah. It's crazy. I appreciate the support, everybody. I mean, it has been insane, but enjoying it, and man, it's a blast just being able to make the content and cover the games and everything else. I'm excited too. Obviously, just the fact that the preseason is out of the way. The
Finally.
next couple weeks are probably going to be very slow in terms of like, can we just get here? But you got roster cuts and everything. But I'm so ready for the regular season. But that's going to be a blast.
Do you think the Eagles are going to make any trades? There's that graphic yesterday talking about how on Twitter where, Howie made 17 trades during training camp the course of his tenure. He likes to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, where is it? Where is the trade? I just don't see one, everyone keeps talking about where is it? Where is it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's tough to think about who it could possibly be,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been thinking through the same thing as well. It's like I don't know who he would go and get, and there's been some questions or concerns. Obviously, I think the main two positions that everyone's said throughout OTAs and throughout all of the offseason and into training camp is linebacker maybe shaky, and what about safety? Like, should we go out and get a big name? But we haven't seen it up to this point, and I think that safety has played pretty well. We were hopeful to see some of those guys get some more action, and if Sidney Brown continues to progress like he is, maybe he eventually gets the starting job. I don't think that he will to start out, but it could be pretty soon. And then you got Zach Cunningham, obviously, who's played fairly well, and he's a vet. So I don't know. Like it wouldn't totally shock me again because to your point, it's Howie, so he makes moves all the time. But it is curious because I'm like, okay, there's cap space. He could go out and make a move, but the question is like, is he going to, or is he going to wait till later, closer to the trade deadline, maybe see what we need in the middle of the season? I feel like that's more likely at this point, but I could be dead wrong because it's just a little bit curious too. Sometimes you see the fact that, like, for example, a TJ Edwards that was gone in the very immediate opening of free agency is like, well, TJ Edwards is gone. And if this is your linebacking solution right now, I mean, you probably would have wanted a TJ Edwards than what we have now.
Right.
No slap in the face to Zach Cunningham. He could be solid, but I don't know. There's just some question marks of, is he going to make another trade? I don't know. I don't know if there's another position though, other than like those two potentially if he does it immediately, or I think he might just wait till the season or the middle of the season.
Looks like we're both up right now. I'm going Steeler defense. We'll see what you do here.
All right. Oh man, there's just so many questions here.
We're looking at kickers, huh? We're looking at kickers. Oh no, we're Mostert.
All right. I'm gonna go Mostert and hope that I don't get screwed by a Jonathan Taylor trade.
Okay.
That would be the worst.
Okay.
Because if they get Jonathan Taylor, then these Dolphins running backs are nothing.
Right. Where was the running back? Oh, Zeke just went. Son of a gun. Oh, I was going to take Zeke. Okay. Are there any steals at running back left on the board here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take Deuce Vaughn. Let's see.
Hey, that could be
I'll take a
shifty
Cowboy.
in the way that they may use him.
He might. I mean, it's beat. I was going to take Zeke, and Zeke went one before me. Bummer. Boy, we're almost. I mean, we're getting close here. I mean, the roster's built. You got 6 rounds left, but the roster is virtually built now. Oop, I don't want to do that. All right, you're back in 4 picks. You're looking at Rodgers, Mixon, Madison, Ridley, Evans, Kelsey, Brooks, and Jeff Wilson Jr. Okay, and you threw in Mostert as well. All right, that's not bad.
Kind of went with the handcuff option, but again, I'm gonna get just screwed if they trade for JT. That's what I'm holding out because
better hope he goes to Philly, huh? Other than I'm screwed. Yeah. DeAndre Swift, we're both screwed.
It's either way. If he goes anywhere besides where he's at right now.
I don't know. I'm liking my team. I'm feeling pretty good about my team, huh?
It's pretty good.
Might see who else is there. See what Josh does here with this pick. Back
Not
up again.
Much left. I got to go defense probably. I mean, it's been a while, so
still some good ones left.
I think I go New Orleans. I think I gotta go there.
I like that. All right, so I am sitting quite a few picks away. I'm 22 picks away, and you got a while to go too. All right, so this is all going to change.
A long time.
All going to change. No one wants Michael Gallup in my league, and no one wants Zach Ertz. Those are the 2 people that are just sitting there, sitting and waiting very, very long. Boy, there's some backup quarterbacks. My goodness gracious. Yeah, I better hope Kirk Cousins doesn't stink, or I'm going to have to trade for somebody. There's nobody left. Oh, my goodness. Let's Brock Purdy. You take Brock Purdy? I
mean, you might as well at this point. I mean, if you got because that's the thing is like there's a roster limit of 2 quarterbacks. Yes. So if you're going to have a backup and you got 16 teams, then I mean that's it. There's not going to be a starting quarterback available.
Yep. Yeah, we actually made that as a rule, just simply to the fact we didn't want someone to take 4 quarterbacks and then force a trade to be able to
ruin it.
Grab it. Also, Josh and I are able to veto trades. We're only doing it if it's super unfair, right? If someone is ganged up and they've given them, 3 of their top 4 players for nothing, then we'll veto that. But any legit looking trade, we're going to let slide. So we don't expect anything crazy, but just to make sure. Thomas needs Kenny G to stack with Swift. Yeah, but Kenny G's gone. Kenny G's been gone. Very much gone. I see some talent left on the board. I see some talent. Might I have to get some... Interesting. Very interesting. Chase Claypool. KJ Osborne's still available. Marvin Mims. There's still some talent out there. Quez Watkins. If you get really desperate, someone's going to.
I mean, seriously, you get this late. You start taking guys that you're either you either get lucky because someone there's an injury or they actually just have a great game, you play them that week, or you're forced to play on a bye week and someone goes off. But yeah, these are mostly guys now that you're kind of just hopeful for, and then also to the point of the waiver wire, that's where a lot of things are going to be won and lost. Like in a 16-person league, if someone just so happens to, snap up a guy who's going to be all of a sudden a starter because of injury, that could be it. That could change a whole season. So,
Jake Elliott just went in my league. There was the Commander defense.
He did in mine too. The exact time.
Stafford still sits there. People, I guess the people hating on Stafford. Who are the quarterbacks left in yours? I got Stafford, Murray, Garoppolo, Tannehill, Stroud, Purdy, and Love. And I guess Sam Howell as well. And then Jones, Ritter, and Mayfield are the remainder starters. So there's about 7 starters left in my league right now.
Okay. Let's see here. I've got. Well, is he going to show me?
Is it not?
Let's see. Maybe I can do pick history. Okay, well, because I've taken 2 quarterbacks and now it's just showing no players are available for
Oh,
the
because
search
you can't take
criteria. So
another
I guess,
quarterback, right?
yeah. I mean, I
That's
figured
it.
they could at least show it to me, but
No,
I don't know.
they want to
I
make
have no
sure you
clue.
don't. We're gonna be up at about the same time here as these picks come back around. You buying the Sam Howell hype? He's projected at 14 touchdowns this year, and yet in the preseason they were, calling him the next Patrick Mahomes, that Eric Bieniemy offense. I don't know if I buy it yet, but he also could be. If Bieniemy is what everyone kept telling us he was, all those interviews ago, then
Yeah, I mean,
maybe, hard to say.
possibly.
Hard to say.
It'll be interesting to see with his OC. Obviously having great experience coaching a guy like a Mahomes. You wonder because Mahomes is otherworldly. So you're not saying like, oh, Sam Howell is that, but where there's some schematic things that the enemy can take from Andy Reid and implement, like
Right.
possibly. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not thinking he's going to be like top half of the league, probably, but maybe I'm wrong. But it's also not great. Like whenever your star receiver, the guy that you'd be, your number one target has some turf toe issues, and I don't know how long, if Terry McLaurin is going to miss time or if he's actually going to be okay by week 1. But
Right.
like you don't want to start at the season that way. So I don't know, not so much. But I think the defense is going to be good for the Commanders. I will say that.
Too. I'm up in 2. You're up in 3. So we're gonna have to go at the same time here. Let's see. Who am I? I'm on the clock. All right, I think I'm going backup quarterback here just to make sure I have one. Stafford or Howell? Stafford, right? It's got to be Stafford. I'll go Stafford. All right, quarterback is done. I'm back up again. Okay. Jeez, this is beat. Oh, I'll take Cordell Patterson. That's fine. Ooh, we gotta watch Josh's pick here.
This is difficult. I went tight end.
Who'd you take?
Tyler Conklin.
Okay.
Figure with Rodgers, hopefully get a tight end. I'm only going to play him 1 week, so as long as Travis stays healthy the rest of the season, he's only going to get played 1 week.
Makes sense. Yep. All right, we are 12 out of 16. Now is when you just wish you could speed it up. You just like take it, move on, get it done, end this draft. Does ESPN do the grading of the rosters? Not that it matters. I'd be curious to what.
Yeah, I think they do. I'm pretty sure after the draft, I think they send out like that email or whatever. You go through, then gives you your draft grade or the kind of the report on it.
How many running backs do you have?
Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs so far.
And how many receivers?
3.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm 3 receivers, 5 running backs right now.
Yeah. Kind of think that's the strategy. I mean, I don't know, just with the way that it's you have to have depth at all positions really, but like you're really hoping for one to just pop. So I think running back more than any of the others is probably that position.
Right. Okay. Marvin Mims on the Broncos, especially if Jerry Jeudy's out for a while. Maybe. You never know. But again, we're scraping. Some of these players not even picked in my 12-man league tonight. My personal league. I don't think we're getting to the point where these people are not even taken. All right, looks like you're back up.
Back up. Oh man, this is just so slim pickings. I have no clue.
MVS is still there. He's gone in mine.
Yeah, I think that's what I got to go with. I'm just thinking of some receiver, and
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Mahomes. He could do something, and he could also be terrible. So,
Okay.
at least for
Yeah.
depth, though.
It's a good point. All right, I'm back in 17 picks. Jeez. There was Mims, whereas I talked about him. See, I can't talk about these people, or
Yeah,
else people are going to just take them.
they're gonna be gone.
Just can't take them. Jaden Reed. I don't even recognize the name Jaden Reed. Is he the rookie?
Mm,
I don't even recognize that. All right, we'll wait and see.
yeah, from Michigan State. Yep.
All right, running out of time. Running out of time here. Let's see. 13 of 16. Chase Brown, the running backs from Cincinnati, just went. My goodness. Was there any part of the Eagles preseason that surprised you? I was thinking about this earlier today. It felt like it went the way it was supposed to go, you know? Like there wasn't any big shocker. The only thing that I think kind of surprised me was Reed Blankenship never battling for his position. But other than that, right, we expected Quez to be wide receiver 3 and Zacchaeus to be wide receiver 4. And we expected Nakobe Dean to start. Maybe Zach Cunningham is the other name that kind of came out of nowhere. The Christian Ellis, the hype was there the first 2 weeks, and then it completely gave way and died out. Nicholas Morrow, never competitive. There wasn't really a big surprise, in my opinion.
Yeah, not a whole lot, especially, you're talking about like performances. I mean, maybe one kind of surprise, and I hope it's just, preseason, you're figuring things out, is just how badly Mariota played.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not like, we signed him and I'm expecting him to just be incredible, but I mean, he left a little to be desired, I guess, to say the least. So let's just say, hopefully, knock on wood, fingers crossed, Jalen does not get injured this
Right.
season. I think that Mariota will be better if he does have to come into service, for a game or two than he was in the preseason, because, he'll have the best offensive line. He's not going to have the second string, and he's got all the weapons around him. So it'll be better. But I mean, just the lack of making reads, his checks, and then the throws. Like the overthrow, it seemed like once every other pass was an overthrow.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was a little bit of a surprise, but other than that, I mean, yeah, not a whole lot. I was happy to see with the way the rookies played, especially Jalen Carter. I mean, we only got to see 3 or 4 snaps. That was kind of surprising, but
Sure.
like we
Yeah.
expected him to be good. I think probably a little bit more surprising to say, like, wow, okay, he lived up to the hype super quickly, and obviously, a very, very small sample size. But if he did that, and then the Eagles said, we're not playing him, and then all the vets are saying, this dude's a beast, like, that tells you all you need to know. So, but yeah, not anything too crazy, which is good.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, maybe Rashad Penny not playing as well as I thought he would. I thought Rashad Penny was going to be like, a real breakout star or a breakout candidate, and that didn't turn out to be the case. Not that he's going to get cut. I think he's going to make the roster, but that was a little bit interesting to me. And like I mentioned, maybe Tyler Steen being a non-factor. People thinking that Tyler Steen was going to be really, really good, and then he wasn't, as I hear that you're about to go, so go ahead.
All right.
Okay, we got to focus here. Jeez.
I think I got to go defense here, maybe, or kicker. Yeah, I'm gonna go defense.
Okay, I went Mecole Hardman. Elfence's McKee in the preseason was a surprise. I think so too. The fact that Ian Book was not even competitive,
Yeah,
how
that's
about
a
that
good
being a
point.
surprise? I mean, he was a non-factor at all in the preseason. And Tanner McKee, especially in that first game, was like lighting it up. It was like, oh my gosh. What did they do
Yeah, that's a really good
with
point.
Devin Allen? He wasn't cut today, so he's in that kind of bubble group. He wasn't one of the first
Yeah,
couple to go. Where's the roster spot? Unless he's going to play gunner, and so technically
I
you could kind of
agree.
save him that way. But it's like, man, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, he did well, but again, it's very limited snaps. But he did well. He made a tackle at the gunner position in the final preseason game. The potential just as a returner, obviously, like that was good enough to see. Where I'd say, man, if there's somehow some way to do it, it'd be nice. But I don't know. I mean, because then you're talking about like what you're cutting Covey and
Yeah.
trying to figure out a spot there. It's just I don't know. It seems like there's not enough of the potential, or maybe just him being raw. So uh, it'd be nice though. Again, don't get me wrong. Like if there's a more solidified option, especially at the kick returner spot, it's great. Like to think that we could have the ball past the 25. So I don't know. That's one of those names. Yes, I'm definitely keep an eye on, but it's not going to surprise me if they, they don't keep him, or that they'll end up cutting him and just try to do practice squad option.
All right, kicker time for Josh. It looks like, as he's on his second to last pick, I think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Where do we go here?
Time winding down. I go zero line. I mean,
might as well.
the leg, Rodgers offense, it's
Greg
going to
the
get
leg,
there
baby.
in scoring position. So hopefully he can.
All right, yeah, kicker is going to be my final pick here. Well, I have two more, kicker and then something. All right, I mean, it's not bad, right? You start looking at rosters. It doesn't seem that terrible. I'm sitting there with Cousins, Javonte Williams, DeAndre Swift. Williams is the big question mark on my team, right? If he's the number one in Denver and healthy, great. If he's not, I'm in trouble. Brown and Wilson are fantastic. Kincaid I like a lot. But then it's kind of a mixture of Dalvin Cook, JSN, and Deuce Vaughn. So, again, the 16-person league, it's a little rough. Let's see your team here real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to look at that. As you got Rodgers, Mixon, Madison, Ridley, Evans, Kelsey. I think the Cooks pick is really strong. It really is, because he's like basically a starting receiver without being a starting receiver on your team.
Hopefully he does well, except against us. But
where are you worried? Are you worried running back? Where's your worry here?
Yeah, I tried to go like, one, if I could, like one each position. So obviously I went tight end first, and then receiver, running back. But then, yeah, that second running back spot, there was such a quick run on running backs where I was like, man, this is not great. So it's a question mark, because I feel like Madison, even his opportunities whenever Dalvin was injured, or, he might get a game here or there, was like, okay. So I'm just thinking maybe if him being the solidified guy is better. But yeah, like, I don't know, because that's a possibility. But then the other running backs that I went with were Miami, and that could totally be blown up if all of a sudden there's, hey, Jonathan Taylor was traded to Miami Dolphins. Then that's gone, and then there's absolutely no backup. I mean, I have no one else on the roster. So yeah, there's some fear for that second running back position.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, this is your second time doing this sort of thing. My first time in a 16-person league, and it's been interesting and fun nonetheless. What do you got going on tomorrow? You got a show coming up tomorrow?
Possibly. And I wish I had more of a definitive, but the work has been, like I think I mentioned on the last one, work's been kind of back and forth, and with the craziness. So it's like, I'm going to try. I'll say that. Definitely try. So hopefully recap, what's happened as far as the cuts or the non-cuts and who should be there. But hopefully definitely over the next couple days, and try to recap for sure. Obviously, like, whenever Tuesday we know the official roster. But we'll see. It's kind of a to be determined at this point.
My history covering the cuts is always fascinating, because they'll preview it, right? The deadline is 4, and they'll give you like 90% of them at 3:30, and you kind of go, do I do a video now and get the 90%? Do I wait until the very end? That'd be my interesting thought on Tuesday. We're gonna wait and see exactly how that goes as we're winding down with. I got 2 picks left. I think you have what, one pick left?
One
overall?
pick, yep. One pick, and we're done here.
Yeah, I'm back.
If you had to say, I know we've been talking about it a little bit, but if there's one name you could pick, and maybe it's not going to be a huge surprise, but like one either cut or keep player that you're going to predict as a surprise, what would you go with for the Eagles?
In terms of cutting?
Either way, I guess, if a cut guy that surprise, or a guy that they keep that you're kind of like, wow, okay, they kept him.
Yeah, I think maybe Ricks. Maybe Ricks is that magic name. Maybe Ricks is the guy who isn't supposed to make this roster. He was not supposed to even be close to making this roster, but in the end, I think he played well enough. I think he'd be very hard to not keep, and that's kind of the factor here. He's very hard to not keep just because he played so darn well. As you go ahead and wrap up your draft with another kicker?
Maybe, yeah. Why not?
Okay, there you
go. I didn't know who at that point.
Josh's team on the left.
Nobody.
Rodgers, Mixon, Madison, Ridley, Evans, Kelsey, Brooks. Saints defense, Greg the Leg, Jeff Wilson, Geno as the backup, Raheem Mostert, Conklin, MVS, and Ravens defense. All right, there is Josh's team, which
I'm happy
looks
with that.
Pretty good. It is my turn now, which I need to go ahead and make sure I have my here. I got to pick actually really quickly. Let me see. All positions left. When does Ronald Jones come back? I guess I'll take Ronald Jones. It's crazy. All right, we'll go back to us here. Make sure I can get us both on camera. We go ahead and wrap things up. All right, Josh, this has been fun. Hey, listen, I know a lot of people watching, not exactly our normal Wednesday Linc. Well, they'll be back on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. But fun to actually get out here and showcase who we're draft picking and taking this massive new 32-team league. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I think we're probably going to go ahead and sign off, right?
We shall. I appreciate you guys joining. Obviously, the multitasking. So sorry it wasn't like total Eagles focused. It was back and forth for the draft. But to those of you that took part or in the league, good luck to you guys. Obviously, only 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, I guess, for the season to start for the Thursday game. So looking forward to it.
All right. Appreciate it. Josh, have a good rest of your night and good luck on your team. We're all done.
You too. We'll see you.